Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in Belfast with I've got the one and only Pete Taylor. Pete, what the heck have you been up to this week? I mean, you've been in Miami one day, Dublin, then Belfast. I mean, you must be not tired. But you've had three fighters on three great two great shows, winning titles. 2-1 titles, obviously Luke Keeler out in Miami, and unfortunately they came up short. I want to just touch on Luke Keeler. I know we're high with Gary Cully and David Joyce, but I just want to quickly touch on Luke Keeler out of Miami. Just what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we had a game plan, and it just, when you get caught in the first punch and then you end up on your ass, it's hard to carry on with the game plan as well. But look, the man Andrade had a great champion, and Luke showed some heart there, and they go through the 9 rounds, and that level, there's a lot of power. The guys have got a lot of power at that level, and it was a big step up for Luke. But look, he went out on his shield, and then he was competing there for the middle rounds as well, and I thought Andrade was timing, but it's hard to see any lads losing or getting hurt. But look, referee stopped the fight. I'd rather him stop the fight when it was 1 punch too early than 1 punch too late. I thought it was a good stoppage by the referee. Obviously Luke would have loved to see the final bell, but look, his health is more important.
Is that Luke's level? Do you feel now like Luke can't come back down? Do you think he's obviously that fringe world level? He's going to have to stay around there?
Yeah, sure. Look, we learned a lot from that. I learned a lot from that as well, from that experience as well. And I've done it in the amateurs, world champions. But that was my first time in the corner in the professional game, and we all learned from it.
Your first fight as a world title fight, was it?
In the professionals, yeah. I've only been doing the professionals for 2 years. So look, it was a learning process for me as well, and you see in different ways how they're conducting themselves in training. I'm going to face that back to the gym now, and Luke will be there again, fight for a world title hopefully next year.
How was Luke the morning after? I know Luke quite well now after interviewing him a good few times. I mean, he's probably one of the nicest men I've ever met in boxing. How was he the morning after?
I was devastated, we hate losing more than we love winning, that way, and it was hard for me to even come over there and get back up for the lads after that, because like you say, good friend of mine Luke as well, and all the lads are, and he's a gentleman, but it was devastating. But he stayed over there for the next few days, and I don't want to see him for 2 weeks. As much as I like him, I don't want to see him now for 2 weeks. I don't want him near the gym, but he'll be back.
Obviously, I mean, you personally, you were out in Miami for that week. You jumped on a plane to Dublin, then you got, I don't know, was it a car?
Drove straight
up to Belfast to obviously Gary Cully and David Joyce's. But before I talk about the fights again, how do you stay mentally focused on your fighters in that sense? Because you've got quite a big stable. How do you switch from the disappointment of Luke Keeler to now preparing 2 of your other fighters fighting for WBO European, and young Gary Cully fighting for his first major? How do you stay motivated?
No, I'm motivated. These lads put so much. With so much training, and they dedicate themselves so much, it's not hard to get up for them, And like I say, I'm friends with all these lads, and it's actually easy to get up for them because it means so much to these, I had 2 lads boxing in the Devonish as well.
Young Belfast
and Tony, Obviously I couldn't get over there because the show started late, but I had running commentaries for how they got on as well. The 2 boys won as well. So. I get up for all the fights, it's not hard to get up for the fights,
You enjoy it?
I love it, yeah.
Let's start with David Joyce first. Down in super bantamweight, it's a 2-time, 2-weight WBO European champion. 5th round stoppage, I think it was, against the former world champion. How do you assess David's performance down at super bantamweight?
Yeah, it was. I think it came out. It looked great. It was strong. It's strong in that way. I think that's his weight now.
I'm gonna have to shut that door. 22 seconds. Shut up! David Joyce.
Yeah, he's strong at the weight, It's his first time at that weight, and he's going to improve at that weight now as well, When he fought Lee Woods, who was a great fighter, he just was too small for that weight, and then you see in there, he was the bigger man in there tonight, and it was years of experience as well, So hopefully now, another 1 or 2 fights we can get hopefully a world title shot for Davey now.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what sort of question I asked Davey was. Luke Keeler won the WBO European and had 2 fights. I think it was 2 fights. Then fought Arias at that fringe world level. Then got a shot. Is that the sort of similar route you're going to do for David Joyce?
Look, we've got a great management team in MTK. And they'll plan what's best for Davey. Leave it to Anto and he sorts all that out. I don't get involved in that end of it. They just throw opponents to me, and I have a look at them, and we sit down and we talk about it. Great management team, and you know, look how they stayed look to that title, and I'm sure they're going to stay Gary that way as well.
Gary Cully then, all Irish fight.
Gary there, Davey.
No, I mean Gary. I mean his performance tonight. I mean, you can't get better than all Irish class, can you? I mean, first round stoppage against a tough.
Some atmosphere, wasn't it?
Yeah, but did you get wet when the beer came in? Did you?
Yeah. Well, Gary's a special talent. He's a special talent, Gary is, and he can do everything, you know. And he showed tonight he can punch as well. And I think these big tall lads can't punch. He's like a southpaw Thomas Hearns. Yeah. He can punch hard now, Gary. You know, just you know, if you're being a little bit critical, he went a bit wild after trying to finish him, you know, instead of going back to his boxing. But
is that his age? Do you think his age would?
His experience as well, and the occasion. It's the first time this kind of occasion for him, you know. But like mentally, he handled it brilliant. And I mean, the finish was great as well at the end. He did go a little bit wild, but the finish still was good. I can't see anybody around Europe getting near Gary now. We've just got to match him correctly. Now he's still young, and I can see Gary fight for a world title within 18 months.
That was really my next question. How far can this kid go?
Yeah, I can see Gary fight for a world title. It'll be a special lads to beat him.
Especially at lightweight. I mean, what is he? 6'1"?
6'3".
6'3".
Yeah.
Lightweight. I mean,
lightweight southpaw.
Jeez.
Yeah, and he makes the weight well, you know.
Irish Tommy Hearns, did you say that?
Yeah, Irish Tommy Hearns, that's what he is, a southpaw one, which makes it worse.
Yeah.
And he can switch as well if he wants, you know. So, you know, he's a great trainer as well. He's a great trainer. He does them extra 1% that you need to do, you know. So, you know, just keep him grounded now. That's the main thing, and getting back into the gym now. One round win. So you can get back into the gym now within a week anyway.
Definitely. Well, I was lucky enough to come over on Tuesday, and I went to your gym to interview a couple of the young guys, the two Tyrones and whatnot. I mean, when I was talking to the guys, they were saying like you've got 18 professional fighters in your gym. I mean, how difficult is that for you, Pete? I mean, I've been at gyms up and down the country and back in the UK, and like they have 4 professionals, 3 professionals, maybe 6 at a push. You've got 18. How do you juggle that?
Yeah, it's easy enough. Like I do 15 hours days there, 15-hour days, you know. So it's easy enough, and it's great for sparring. You know, like Gary was sparring Tyrone for this fight, so we didn't have to go out looking for the spars, you know. So it's great for sparring, and Dave was sparring the smaller Tyrone, which was perfect for this lad, you know. So if they wasn't in the camp with us, we'd go looking for them anyway, you know. So you've all your sparring in the camp, you know, and I've a good few lads helping me now. Barrett there is a great help for me as well. Butch, Mark Kennedy, Brian Guy, I've heaps of help there, you know, and everybody's really accommodating.
Finally, before I let you go, we touched on the 2 Tyrones that have just joined you. How are they in the gym, and how well do you think they'll do in this golden contract?
I think they're going to win the golden contract, and look, they've settled into the gym straight away, you know. It's a man gym. It's a man, their man, it's a mad gym as well, so like I don't think they knew what happened to them when they came in there, but they adjusted fairly quick within a couple of hours, you know. So the slagging's brutal to say the truth, you know. But great lads, and they've added a lot to the camp, you know. Great characters, you know.
Definitely. Well, I won't keep much longer. Hopefully next time I come to your gym, Pete, you're going to be there, and I'd love to get another chat with you, and hopefully I can come to your gym again soon. Thanks so much, Pete. Thanks very much, my man.
Thank you.